Greetings, world. This is the Tonic Man with another Tonic Man podcast. And for those new folks and new members who maybe have not heard too much about the history and what we have managed to do over, yes, guess what? 80 years. That's when my father began to commercialize his preparation for the first time in 1943. He formed a company in 1945, and as they say, the rest is history. We have been saving lives, making lives more comfortable, changing lives, giving people hope uh, for all this time. And we do it largely by asking you, who are the drinkers of this remarkable preparation, to get on this call. Let us have your story. We call them success stories, and then they're available to share with other people who maybe have or are suffering from the same problem that you suffered of before you began the tonic. And if you go to the website, you will see an icon at the top of the page that says SoundCloud. You can click on that and you can listen to podcasts that we have done in the past until the moon turns blue. There is every conceivable success story you can think of. So for your family and friends who still are suffering and have not been able to get out of that, what do they say? Oh, yes, sick and tired of being sick and tired. If you know folks like that and you have members of your family like that, get them on the JC Tonic. We have a number of great guests tonight. I don't know if we will have time to cover everything. We will do what we can, one or two or three or maybe four. But whatever we cannot get done tonight, we will continue on our next podcast. So I say greetings, world, because we do ship throughout the world. And as a matter of fact, one of our guests that we're going to try and get on tonight lives in Australia. So we can ship to Australia, New Zealand, Europe, you name it. We have even shipped to South Africa. So it is doable, and all your cousins and aunts and uncles and friends around the world who are suffering, send them this podcast. We email it to you next week, and you can email it to them with the attachment, and they can listen to it. And they can go on the website and get all the information they need, and they can call us at home office, and we'll be happy to talk to them and ask them, answer their questions and so on. So all that to tell you that we just instituted a brand new, wonderful, amazing offer for all first-time members. If you go to the website and enroll as a member, no cost to you, you will see a pop-up with an offer of your very first bottle, 50% discount. So go to the website of the person that sent you to this call, or go to the company website and make sure you tell us who you heard this from. And we will be happy to get you going on your first bottle with a 50% discount. And on that note, I think we better get to the calls because we're not going to have enough time for everything. And our first guest, Tina, has a really outstanding call on hernia. Now, many of you may not even know what a hernia is. It's kind of a part of the body that starts an organ of some kind that protrudes through the muscle of the stomach, and it makes like a bump on the outside of the stomach or the abdomen or somewhere. That's usually what it is, something like that. It can continue to grow and protrude and get painful, and then surgery is required to remove it. And people who go through that kind of surgery, I've spoken to some, it ain't pleasant, let me tell you. They really have a bad time of it. It's hard to recuperate when they're doing surgery in that part of the abdomen. So listen up. And Tina, what went on? Tell us what went on.
Oh, don't worry. I'm excited every time I tell it.
Well, tell me what happened.
Well, what happened was back, I don't know, it was about 4.5 years ago, I was having a lot of heartburn and stuff. So I went to a gastroenterologist, I think is what you call them. And because I thought, well, maybe he could just put that scope down my throat and see what's going on. So I went in to see him and he put the scope in. And when I woke up, he said, everything looks fine. You know, you can, like, he was talking about stuff like what I ate and everything. But he said, you can take like Prilosec or Pepsid or something once in a while. But he said, everything looks good. He goes, but you do have a hernia. And he said, but it's not real big. And some people's it'll grow and it'll cause you problems, and some people's won't, but I wouldn't worry about it. It's no big deal right now. So I said, okay.
So what's a hernia exactly for the listeners? What exactly is a hernia look like? Because he put a scope down your throat into your stomach, I guess.
Yes. And I guess it's kind of like a little tumor type looking thing.
Yep. And was it painful?
No, but he said it could get very painful. In fact, I've had friends that have had surgery to have it removed. It got so painful.
That's right. I've heard about that. Exactly.
Yes. But mine wasn't painful. So he said, he said it could eventually get bigger and it could be painful, and you could have problems, or it could just never bother you again. So I don't know, November, I think it was November or December, I had been having some pain like right below my chest in the middle of, the top of my stomach. And usually it would come like after I ate. And even if I didn't eat a big meal, it would still like bother me. It would kind of hurt. And it felt kind of hard and big there. And so I said to my husband, I go, honey, do you think that hernia is getting bigger and that's starting to bother me? Because I don't know where it's located. I don't know if it can move around. I didn't really know that much about it. And so anyway, a few weeks went by and it didn't go away. So I said, well, I'm going to call that gastroenterologist and go back because something isn't right. And so anyway, I went back in to see him. And I thought it was really funny because he remembered me. He goes, oh, you're that girl from Richmond, Virginia. And I laughed. And he said I was funny. And that's why he remembered me. And so he goes, what's going on? So I told him. And he said, do you mind if I do a CAT scan and we'll take a picture now of your stomach and your pelvis area and just see what's going on? And I said, okay. So anyway, I went in 2 days later. I had the CAT scan done. I called him, told him it was done. He should be getting the results. So about a week went by and I didn't hear anything. And I thought, well, that's kind of weird because, they told me he'd have the results right away. And so, my husband said, oh, no news is good news. And I go, well, I guess. So anyway, a couple of days later, he finally called and he said they were late getting the results to him. And he said, well, everything looks good. He goes, you don't have a hernia or anything. So I just hung up. Well, then in the middle of the night, how stuff comes to you in the middle of the night. And in the middle of the night, I got up to go to the bathroom and I go, wait a minute. Why did he say I didn't have a hernia? Of course I have a hernia. He told me 4 years ago I had a hernia. So I thought, okay, I got to call him in the morning. So when I got up that morning, I waited till the office opened and I called back and I asked to speak to him. And I said, can you go over my results again? Because I think I misunderstood you. And he said, okay. And So he went over him and he said, everything looks fine. He goes, you don't have a hernia or anything. And I go, yes, I do. You told me I did. I go, you're the one who told me I had it like 4 years ago. I go get your notes. And so he did. And he was like, oh, you did have a hernia. And he goes, well, you don't have a hernia now. And so then I started telling him about the product.
Oh, good.
I got so excited. I said, I've been taking this product. And I went on and on. I go, I know that had to be it. It probably took it away. And he told me to bring some information by his office.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
oh, really? Well, bring him a bottle and get him to drink it. Maybe he's got a hernia. I mean,
Yeah.
wow.
I was so excited. Carson was the first person I called because I thought he is not going to believe this. I mean, I was having a hard time believing it. I've got friends that I've told, and they are like, "Are you sure? Maybe he made a mistake, and you never had one in the first place." And I go, "Oh no, he didn't make a mistake." And he goes, "Why?" And my friends are like, "Well, I've never heard of it going away or disappearing." And I said, "Well, maybe you need to take the tonic."
That's right. Maybe. So, I'm thinking now we do have a testimonial from a fellow who told us this quite a number of years ago that his hernia was gone. That's right.
Really?
That's right. We do have I remember that now. Now that you're bringing it up and talking about it, we had a fellow. That's right, and he had a hernia for years, and and it was gone, just like you. Isn't that something? Wow.
It is. And I thought it was really amazing because, I didn't, well, when Carson and I started taking it again, well, he started before I did. And I don't think I started it. I don't think I got it. He was trying to talk to me and I was like, nah, I don't need it again. And I don't think I started taking it again until like the end of March. So to me, that was pretty quick.
So that was like in November. So March through like maybe 6 months you were drinking it.
Yeah, exactly. Like 6 months.
Yeah, that's pretty quick for sure.
Hmm.
So what about the you said you thought you had um, stomach acidity problems. What do you call it?
Um, the acid reflux.
Yeah, did you really have that or what happened there?
Well, once in a while I have it, but I think a lot of times I think I've pinned it down to when I eat late at night, and I probably shouldn't do that. And then I try to go straight to bed. But you know what? That knot area that I was telling for the whole reason I went to him, that just kind of went away.
Wow, that is really
Yeah, I
great.
didn't have the knot anymore or
So
any of those issues with that at all.
so your acid reflux is it's nothing. It's just like a little bit of heartburn type of thing.
Exactly. Hmm.
We have a testimonial of a fellow over in Oklahoma. He had really bad acid reflux for 15 years. He said when he'd go to a restaurant, the middle of the meal, he'd have to go in the bathroom and vomit and then come back and finish his meal. He said he couldn't do it. And he started the tonic, and somebody did the same as you. They said, yeah, as you're trying to do with your friends that don't believe it, they said, try it. And so finally, one day he tried it. He's been on it ever since. He's never had heartburn again. He is so excited. I mean,
Oh,
he's
that's awesome.
yeah. I gotta send you that. I'll send it on over to you. Share it with your friends. Also, I'll find the one on
The hernia.
the hernia and send it. And those friends of you who are doubting Thomas's or or Thomasina's, let them listen to it. Maybe it'll help them. Well, maybe it will help them if they would drink it. I mean,
If they would drink it, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, Tina, that is super. So all in all, you're feeling much better all the way around now that you're
Oh,
drinking.
yeah, I was kind of, I don't know, like, I don't wanna say lazy, but I was getting to the point that I don't know, I
You're
really
dragging around.
exactly, I was dragging around, and that's not who I am.
How old are you now?
And, I used to go hiking. I used to ride my bike. I used to do so much. And then I was just like, blah.
Yeah.
And now I'm working out at the gym 3 days a week. I feel so good right now.
Oh, wow. That is
I mean,
super.
I can't believe, I remember when I started the gym because, Terry goes to the gym every day and lifts weights. And, I've been lifting weights and doing all these different exercises. And I was so sore for the first couple of days, but after that, I feel like I can just bop around. And this month is my birthday month. I'm going to be the big 70, and I just feel
Wow.
amazing.
Oh, that is
I
super.
do. I just feel really, real. I can't wait to get up and go to the gym. And I never thought I would ever feel that way.
And Tina, everybody in your age group, they feel exactly the way you were feeling. So you got to carry your bottle over to the gyms. People will just ask you, what's that when you take a shot? Because they're all feeling the same thing. Everybody I talk to when they're pushing 70, many people when they're pushing 60, they're already feeling
Exactly.
like that.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Fantastic. What great news. That's a great story. So you're all set then, ready to go for the next 30 years.
That's right. That's right. I'm going to live to be 100 for
Well, my
sure.
dear, I turned 87 in November, and I told everybody that I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing when I'm 100. I'm going to retire. So I'll see you. I'll see you at the turn of the century.
That's right. We're going to have a big party.
Oh my good Lord. We had a phone call with only people over 80 about a year or so ago. There was about 6 or 7 people on the phone. It is unbelievable. People who have been drinking this 10, 20, 30 years, they're in their 80s and they talk and act like they're in their 50s. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll do a call like that for you and all the people you're going to get on it who are in their 70s because you just tell them I'm going to send you some things to your phone or do you want it to your computer?
No, to my phone would be better.
Yeah, and you just have it with you when you're with them and say, "Well, I don't know, but listen to this," and put it in their ear, and that might encourage them to give it a try because it'll work. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Wow, this is great. I appreciate you, Tina, and thanks a lot for sharing this story. These are the stories that keep it going and help people make the decision because it's pretty hard to believe most of this stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
great. Thank you very much. And all the very best. Say hi to Jerry. And we'll publish this next Sunday, and then we'll email it out to everybody.
Okay. Sounds great.
Thanks, dear. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Bye for
Bye-bye.
now. Oh, sure. You're saying now, is that possible? How can it be possible? Sure, you're saying that. All you new folks are saying that. The oldies, the ones that have been drinking for a few years, hey, you know what? Some are drinking for 40 years. We had a lady on this call a couple of months ago or so. She's 76, been drinking for 40 years. Feels like 21. Looks like 51. You should go back on the SoundCloud and listen to her story. Wow. We also did it on a video call, so that's available as well in your email. If you did not receive that email, send us a note. You can text us on 702-482-5290 or send us an email and we'll send it on out to you to your email or to your phone, whatever you prefer. So, yes, indeed, Tina's call and her success story are for real. That's exactly what this tonic will do. It is quite miraculous how it functions in the body. And you have to know this is not a cure. We've said that with our disclaimer at the top of the call. We repeat it throughout our website. We invoke the disclaimer all over our website on everything we do. And we do it because it is not a cure. This does not affect some particular health issue directly. If you have arthritis or if you have poor skin, whatever the skin problem is, this is not something that goes to the skin or to the skin blemish or the acne or whatever it is. This is something that cleans up the blood and detoxifies the body, and the body now is cleaned up and regenerated, like taking your car to the auto shop and having some maintenance done. It's cleaning it up and tuning it up. And so it functions better. And when it functions better, it starts doing things again that it had stopped doing or not doing completely. For example, uh, it'll stop whatever the problem is of you having poor skin. There's something chemistry-wise in your body that is creating those toxins that end up on the skin. Remember, a skin problem is not a skin problem. It's an internal problem that manifests on the skin. And once you turn off the reason and the problems why this is happening in the body, those toxins will stop going to the top of the skin and everything will clear up. And we've seen that with psoriasis, acne, eczema, name it. But it's not a cure for any of these skin problems. And the all-time best one is Lenny with his face picture before and after. Go and have a look at that one, folks. You'll fall off your chair. He had a skin problem throughout his body for 17 years, tried everything, nothing worked. But the tonic did. So that's why it's working with Tina for her hernia, and that's why it works for our next guest, David, who is going to talk to you about his high PSA and his blood sugar problems. And I'm going to just let him tell you what's going on. David, come on down. Did you say your PSA went down?
Yeah, my PSA was what should I say? It was like in the sevens or eight, one of the two. But I also honestly decided I'm gonna start to drink more than a teaspoon per day. So I hope it to like maybe 3 to 4 per day. And then alongside that, I changed my diet. And that was one of the things that because they say I was not pre-diabetic anymore, I'm diabetic. So I said, okay, well, I have to do what I have to do. And that's what I did.
So
And
let me get this
yeah,
straight. Before you took the JC Tonic, you were pre-diabetic and your PSA was around 7 or 8 or something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
So you changed your diet and you started the tonic, or you started drinking the tonic, or how? What?
I started drinking tonic before I changed my diet.
And
And then
you were only taking a teaspoon a day.
I was taking a teaspoon a day, but I said to myself, well, you know what? I need to get well. I need to take care of myself. So I start to take at least 3 per day.
3 teaspoons.
Yep.
So it says on the bottle to take 1 ounce. Is there a reason why you did not take 1 ounce? Why you only took 1 teaspoon?
I think because I was sort of watching it to see, gravitate to the taste and at the same time to see some results, periodically and see how it all.
Well, this testimonial of yours is going to be the first one on the list, because I always thought that no one's going to get very much results on less than an ounce a day, and maybe you even need more to get big time results. But you are getting results on 1 teaspoon and 1 to 3 teaspoons. I think that's fantastic. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, and then you're gonna laugh at this one now. So I think on the first bottle I was very cautious, but on my second bottle, I start to take a spoonful now in the morning and a spoonful in the afternoon. How about that? So I help it to a spoonful in the mornings, like say, I would say like in my lunch hour, then put it lunch hour. And then in the evenings before dinner time, I usually try to do that. And have my bottle of water to drink, because you're still, acquiring the taste, for my taste bud. So from half a teaspoonful to a spoonful a day, two twice per day. Yep.
And so your
So
PSA went down to what?
my PSA now went down to 4.5.
Holy cow, that's another miracle. That is great. Because I
Yes.
think around 4 is okay. 3 to 4, I think, what it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. But that's at 4.5 is nothing to cry about,
And then
you
you
know.
and then you stop drinking the tonic.
Yes, I would say after taking it for about roughly 4.5 months. I
So
think.
you drank about 3 bottles yourself?
Yeah, I took it all. Even what's her name said, David, you finished so much bottles already? I said, honey, this thing might not be the greatest taste, but when you read the ingredients and not just that, and the results, you can't go wrong on that.
Well, the taste, you mix it with anything you want, David. I don't know, no one told you that, but you can mix it in a smoothie, you can put it in coffee, you can put it in
Uh,
some people have mixed it in whiskey for pizza. It doesn't matter as long as you get it in your body,
exactly,
you know.
exactly.
Well,
So,
that's really great. And your sugar went down as well.
oh yeah, my sugar went down.
Well, how old are you now?
I am 68.
Well, I got to tell you, David, that if you stop drinking now, all of those things are going to go back up because that's what happens with a body as it grows older. It breaks down even faster as we get older. Now, some people start breaking down at 50 years old, some at 60, some maybe at 70. But it's as sure as you're on this planet that our bodies. I mean, I just turned 87 a couple of months ago, and I'm up to 4 ounces a day because I don't want my body to break down as quickly as it will if I'm not drinking this. So you may want to continue even, but you should be drinking an ounce a day. Well, that's about what you're doing, 3 or 4 teaspoons. But if you drink even an ounce a day, the way you're going, it would seem to be good to keep you in good repair and keep those numbers down. Because they'll go up
Yeah,
as sure as you're sitting there. They will go up because that's what happens to a body.
absolutely. Yeah. Yes, I definitely, even though I might, be taking my, vitamin D3, K2, you name it. Yeah, that's important.
Well, vitamins that you're taking, that's all good. I mean, if you think your nutrition is not satisfactory and you need more nutrition, by all means, take vitamins. I take a multiple vitamin every once in a while, and I eat very good. I eat very good food, a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables, but I eat meat and potatoes and the gravy and I take an extra vitamin just in case I'm missing some mineral a bit or some vitamin a bit. So that's good, and that's what your body doesn't use, it gets rid of anyway. So there's that's a good idea. Probably everybody should be doing that, but that's not going to keep your body from breaking down in the kind of things we're talking about because it's not nutrition that's going to keep your PSA up or down, and it's not nutrition that's going to change the level of blood sugar. It's body functions, it's systems, it's glands. That's what control all that. and they just break down like an old car. It goes worse and worse, and if you don't do maintenance properly, it's even worse.
You're absolutely right.
Okay,
Absolutely right.
well, I wanted to check with you to see what all is happening, and that's good. It sounds like you had great success.
Yes, I'm really glad we had this discussion. What I really need to do is to I will talk more about that as soon as I get certain things in place. I need to start to talk to more people about their health, what it has done where for me, I've been experienced taking it, and then encourage them to do likewise, and eventually get the package maybe like a distributor or something. But we'll talk more about that.
Yeah, well, David, at your age, everybody you know is suffering from something. As a matter of fact, everybody is suffering from something starting around 50 in this country, and high sugar level everybody has. PSA problems, enlarged prostate, things like that. Many men have a problem. We've got a great testimonial from a fellow. His testosterone went up from 350 to 740 or something like that. I'm going to send you a couple of things to your phone. You
Okay.
just tap on it and listen to it. And it would be great. Share it with the people you know who complain of those issues. You don't have to know anything about the product, but you've got a great testimonial, and you can help a lot of
Yes.
other people by just
I
sharing your testimonial with other
I
people.
think that would be great. I think that would be a great idea. So yeah, send me some information and text me. And as I said earlier, I definitely gonna look into the opportunity where I can become a distributor. And I think you have some type of incentive if in my recollection on that as well.
Well, yes, indeed, we do. But if you're going to become a distributor, do it only if you're going to be talking about it to other people. If you're going to become a distributor because you think you'll buy it wholesale and save money, don't waste your time and money. I mean, if you want to share it with other people, by all means, there's a nice retail profit for people who want to do it. But even now, we have a plan that if you share it with people, you'll get $5 a bottle credit to your account. But we got to open an account for you. You did not buy from the company. And if you go to Janice's website, you can go now. There's a pop up that gives you a 50% discount on your first bottle. Why don't you take advantage of it?
Okay,
So
that sounds good.
you have Janice's website?
You know what? Might be on my mother folder's mess up. So I think I'd lost that information. So
I'll
send it
just
to me as well.
I'll have somebody at home office text
Okay,
you the website. You just click on it, and the pop up will come, and it'll tell you that your first bottle for new customers is 50% discount. So get
okay,
yourself a bottle at 50% discount. And
okay,
then, if you bring other people in, whatever you order in the future on your account, you will get $5 credit towards your purchase price. And you do that.
okay.
And if you get enough people and you want to become a distributor, call me, and we'll arrange that and train you and get you organized for that.
I think that's awesome. I appreciate that very much.
Sure. So you have no investment to make. What you buy, you'll get some discounts. Get a half a dozen or a dozen people, and you probably can drink for free.
Okay. I think that's great.
All right.
Wonderful.
So
Okay, it's a pleasure.
me too, you, and I'll have someone contact you and send you a text, David. Thanks a lot.
You do the same. Have a great rest of your day.
Okay, you too. Bye for now.
Okay. Bye bye for now.
So there we have it, folks, worldwide. And you can all appreciate this no matter where you live. A PSA problem in America is a PSA problem anywhere else in the world. All the same factors are working to ruin your body, to grow it old, to weaken it. And yes, in some parts of the world, people eat better and have better general health, but the same types of health issues are happening worldwide. Maybe not to the extent that they happen in the US or maybe Canada or maybe some other countries, but they still happen, and the JC Tonic is the answer. So make sure you share this call with everyone you know around the world, all your family and friends and relatives, wherever they may be. You can email them the call when we get it over to you next week, and then have them have a look at the website and let us know if they would like us to phone them. With our phone system, we can phone anywhere in the world for nothing, so let us use up our phone lines and deliver the information they need. So on that note, we're going to let you go because we just do not have time for one more call. We have a call lined up with Charles. He is 88 years old. Boy, does he sound good. And we have a call with a pal of ours in Australia by the name of Lindsay. And Lindsay asked us at the same time, could we explain how a person can earn a retail bonus? And what is it all about earning a retail bonus? And how can we drink free? Because all of you should be drinking free, and all you have to do is share it with a few people. So we will explain that one on that call. Bring everybody to the call who wants to drink for free. Isn't free a good word? F-R-E-E. It's probably the best word. But don't forget, free is not free when you go to the website and bring in a new person, but it's 50% discount. That's pretty good. That's pretty close to free. So get everybody you know to get their first bottle, get to the website, join the membership, and get that free bottle, and we'll go from there. Thanks, everybody. As we always like to say around here, remember, take an ounce and feel the bounce. Bye for now.
Uric Classic Whole Body Tonic is a dietary supplement, not a drug. Therefore, it is useful to affect the structure and/or function of your body in various ways, but it is not intended to and will not cure, mitigate, treat, or prevent any disease. Individual testimonials may not be everyone's experience and do not constitute scientific evidence. Uric Corporation does not make any drug or treatment claims for its product.